There were 35 different songs that reached number one back in 1974. I'm Phil Yale, and I put together a list of my top 10 number one hit songs from that year, 1974. The top news story for that year, two come to mind. One is President Nixon resigning as a result of the Watergate scandal. And the other one, hey, I graduated from high school. Maybe not newsworthy to you, but newsworthy to me. A decade earlier, back in 63, Bob Dylan came out with the iconic track, The Times They Are Changing, with 35 different number one songs, more than double previous of some of the previous years. Pop music was indeed changing. Different artists, different songs, different sounds, different styles. And from that year, I've compiled my list of my top 10 number one hits as I would rate them. I'd rate them today. Coming in at number 10, it's Jim Croce, Time in a Bottle. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing I'd like to do is to save every day until eternity passes away. Ringo Starr, You're 16. You're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. Now, Ringo was 33. I was only 17. It seems much more age appropriate that those lyrics would come from me versus Ringo, don't you think? The Way We Were, Barbra Streisand. Oh boy, this is the theme song from a great movie by the same title called The Way We Were. It starred Barbra and Robert Redford. I remember it because I was on a date. I loved the movie. I loved the entire night. My date, on the other hand, not so much. But you know what? This is now, and that was then, and that is just the way we were. See what I did there? See what I did there? Coming in at number 7. It's by Blue Swede. Any song that begins with Ooga Chaka, Ooga Ooga works for me. Seriously, I like this song, although I prefer the version by B.J. Thomas even more. Grand Funk, Loco-Motion. They took this song to number one in 74. And it was taken to number one by Little Eva and became a top 5 hit for Kylie Minogue. That was back in 88. We're halfway through our list of our top 10 number one songs from the year 1974. What songs would be in your top 10? Let me know in the comments. Before we get to the top 5 on my list of my top 10 number one hits from 74, I want to go off track a little bit. I want to digress. There were 35 different number ones. Why so many? I wonder if it's because there weren't the dominant groups like there was a decade earlier, like let's say when the Beatles and the Supremes would dominate the top of the charts. I also think tastes were changing. People were looking for different sounds, new artists, new lyrics, something new, something fresh. 74 was sort of the beginning of disco with Love's Theme by Unlimited Orchestra. Boy, that was easy for me to say. Let's try that again. Beginning of disco. Example is Love's Theme from Love Unlimited Orchestra. There were also novelty songs, like The Streak from Ray Charles. There were crossover country hits. The year earlier, of course, there was Charlie Rich with The Most Beautiful Girl in the World back in 73. Whatever the cause was, there were just more opportunities for different artists to make it all the way to number one. And some great songs came as a result. And in my opinion, some not so great number one songs. There were some songs that hit number one that, in my opinion, just should not have been, including these. Seasons in the Sun, Terry Jacks. Billy, Don't Be a Hero, Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. The Night Chicago Died, Paper Lace, and You're Having My Baby by Paul Anka and Odia Coates. Those were some songs that definitely would not make the list of my top 10 number one hit songs from 1974. But let's find out who's in my top 5. I have an affinity for singer-songwriters. Gordon Lightfoot, he's definitely one. Coming in at number 5, Sundown. Rock the Boat, Don't Rock the Boat, Baby. It's just a great sing-along song. Rock the boat, don't rock the boat, baby. Don't tip the boat over. It's by the Hues Corporation. Coming in at number 3, Olivia Newton-John. I Honestly Love You. Little known fact, this song was dedicated by Olivia Newton-John to me. A very well-known fact is that is just not true. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. It's by Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's stuttering. Baby. Baby. You ain't seen nothing yet. That was not meant to be part of the recording, but it made its way into the recording. And a tip of the hat to my fellow college buddies on 5th floor Chem. May we never forget, you just ain't seen 5th Chem yet. Coming in at number 1, it's Harry Chapin, Cats in a Cradle. In the summer of 74, I graduated from high school, and in the fall, I was a college freshman. And that's when this song came out. Somehow, I don't know how, somehow this became a beer drinking song. Every time Harry sang Cats in the Cradle, we had to, it was a rule, we had to take a big swig of beer. In case you're wondering, Cats in the Cradle appears 4 times in the song. Doesn't sound like a lot, but yes, it was very common for that song to play back to back to back. There you have it, my top 10 number 1 hits from the year 1974. If you don't agree with my picks, let me know yours. Share them in the comments. Please subscribe, like, and of course comment, and check out my other videos on this channel, including Trippin' Up Trip with my friend Trip Rogers, where we get into some 60s, 70s pop music trivia. Thanks again for checking out my list of my top 10 number 1 hits from the year 1974.